All right, it's a quiet, mild, comfortable start to our Monday morning, and we like it that way. Rising through the 60s this morning into the mid-70s by noon. Looks like around 80-ish or so for the high, and looks like a mixture of clouds and sun. And temperatures staying pretty close to average as we move through the week ahead. Quiet morning on the roads too, Kim, huh?
Yeah, definitely is. Where we're looking at that right now. This is I-94 right at 8 Mile. A couple of cars making their way to where they need to be. You can see no slowdowns, no accidents to report at this time, and we've got dry roads.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Kim. 524 is your time, and an SUV exploded with a man and a woman right inside of the vehicle, and it turns out it was actually their fault.
Yeah, it certainly was. So take a look. This is what's left of their ride. This happened down in Orlando, Florida. So here's what happened. The couple was driving with a barbecue grill in the back of this SUV, and the propane tank was connected with the valves open. Well, the woman lit a cigarette, and boom, it exploded. The blast blew out the windshield. There is the aftermath. That even caused heavy damage to the inside and the outside of the vehicle. And amazingly, the couple will be okay. They only suffered some minor burns.
That is remarkable, considering the damage to the vehicle and the way that windshield blew out.
Yeah, we're just glad that they're okay. Wow.
And a reminder to everybody, disconnect.
Yeah.
Turn that valve off. Time now is 524 still, and new in our next half hour, a much closer view of the eclipse. We have the scoop on this special flight that's happening for the event. Yeah, we got details on that. Plus, the popular Macomb County Park is closing, but in this case, it's a good thing. We'll tell you why. Also, Nick Monticelli is in the Local 4 newsroom working on the latest developments in the attack in Charlottesville.
We're also following all the sidebar stories to what happened in Charlottesville, the vigils, the prayers are happening, and also the political backlash. That's next on Local 4 News today.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News Today at 5:30 starts now.
The car attack in Charlottesville, Virginia is being called an act of domestic terrorism. And this morning, President Trump is under fire for what he didn't say about the attack. And officers under investigation after this controversial and violent arrest, all caught on video. Also, it's nice for now. We're starting off your Monday on the mild side of things, but we could see a little bit of rain a little bit later this week. That's what Paul is saying. Coming off of a beautiful weekend, we had the Kimmy Horn Jazz Festival on Friday and Saturday, a two-day event. A little bit of rain on Saturday, but otherwise it was really, really nice and a lot of fun. Yeah, now we're gearing up for the Dream Cruise. Lots of classic cars are out and about, Paul.
Yes, we are. It is a fun week. You know, it starts on Monday. I mean, you start seeing those cars driving all around town, and then, of course, the big day is Saturday. Mild start to the day, as you guys were just talking about. Look at 68 still in Dearborn. Of course, in close to the city, it is always warmer. 65 at City Airport. Grosse-Ile at 66. 60 in Dundee. And by the way, somebody just tweeted me asking, how come, since we always have to explain why, this Ann Arbor temperature is not representative of the rest of the area, it's just a bad location for the sensor at the airport? Well, it's because that weather station supports aircraft operations at the airport. It's not meant for you and me. Now, I wish maybe somebody would put a weather station in a better spot so we can give you a more representative temperature for Ann Arbor, but that's why that is. So anyhow, 63 right now in Macomb Township. As we look further to the north, Ferndale's at 64, Holly at 64, 63 in Flint, and 59 right now in the Blue Water area at Port Huron. So through the day ahead, well, we have these mid-level clouds and high-level cirrus clouds and some open sky. So take the sunglasses for later because you'll need it. We'll call it partly cloudy through the day. We'll get a fair amount of sunshine. 81 or so for the high. And then we start talking about rain returning to the area. We'll give you the timetable on that coming up in just a bit. But right now, let's see what's happening on those roads this morning. I think Kim DeJulia has some pretty good news.
Yes, I do. It's been a really quiet morning, which no complaints over here. That is how we like to start off the week, especially Monday. It's hard to get back to work sometimes. So we are looking good, accident-free. Let's take a look at what the roads look like. This is the Davison right at Woodward. Traffic volumes are starting to build just a little bit, but again, nothing that's going to slow you down. No accidents, stalled vehicles at this time. Construction could slow you down, though, especially if you take 8 Mile. I'll tell you about a project happening there at 544. Back to you.
All right, Kim, thank you. Violence in Virginia. Now 20-year-old James Fields Jr. will face a judge this morning. Second-degree murder is among the charges. He allegedly drove into a crowd in Charlottesville, Virginia. A Justice Department official says that Fields might have intended to send a message of hate. We've also learned that Fields attended basic training back in 2015, but then was released for failure to meet training standards. And he's not the only one facing some tough questions after the weekend's protests and violence. Nick Monticelli is live in our newsroom with more on the political and the social fallout from the attack.
So the other one facing tough questions is President Trump. This is the receive room where we take in feeds from all over the world, monitoring things that are happening, and especially in Virginia right now. And last night they had vigils and prayers. But as you mentioned, the man accused of doing all this is expected to face a judge for the first time today. Last night, Amen. Prayers and tears as many gathered grieving in Charlottesville. A stark contrast to the images we saw just one day before. 19 people were injured in the attack and 32-year-old Heather Heyer was killed. Police say 20-year-old James Fields Jr. plowed into a crowd of counter-protesters as they clashed with white nationalists marching in Charlottesville.
It barreled into the crowd, sending bodies flying. He targeted this crowd very clearly. There's no question of anyone who witnessed it that his intent was to cause a mass casualty incident.
Virginia Governor Terry McAuliffe began his Sunday like so many others, searching for help and healing.
Let us use hope. Let us use today to reach out to our fellow citizens. Put your hand out to help them. Let us show these people that we are bigger than them. We are stronger than them.
And while Fields will face a judge for the first time today, the political court of public opinion opened immediately, many criticizing President Trump for not singling out extremist groups.
He missed an opportunity to be very explicit here. These groups seem to believe they have a friend in Donald Trump in the White House.
Now, the White House did push back, saying in a statement that the president condemns all forms of violence, bigotry, and hatred. And of course, that includes supremacists, KKK, neo-Nazi, and all extremist groups. In the feed room in our newsroom, Nick Monticelli, Local 4 News Today.
So sad what is going on in what is otherwise a beautiful city of Charlottesville. Nick, we know that 19 people there were hurt. Do we know how they're doing?
It appears that most of them are actually doing pretty good. In fact, I looked at the numbers just a few minutes ago. Some have been released, some of them improved. In fact, the best I can tell, there were only 5 people in critical condition.
Alrighty, Nick Monticelli reporting live from our satellite center this morning. Nick, thank you.
And we do wish them all a full recovery. Meanwhile, rallies were held all across the state of Michigan on Sunday in response to the violent weekend in Virginia. Large crowds gathered here in downtown Detroit, also Ferndale and Ann Arbor, and elsewhere to show peace and unity and to denounce white supremacy and hate groups. Many marchers said that they're not pleased with America's progress or President Trump. A mayor in Kentucky has proposed removing 2 Confederate monuments from his city in response to the violence in Virginia. Jim Gray, the mayor of Lexington, Kentucky, plans to ask the city council to vote on the removal of the 2 monuments honoring Confederate generals from the former courthouse. And you can get complete recap of the violence in Virginia. We have everything on our homepage at clickondetroit.com to get you up to speed.
Happening today, the driver who was under the influence when he hit and killed police officer from here in Detroit is being sentenced today. 54-year-old Stephen Gazino was high on crack cocaine when his Dodge Challenger hit and killed Detroit police officer Myron Jarrett. Gazina left the scene and was arrested later at a bus stop. He'll be sentenced today at 9 a.m. Parts of Dodge Park and Sterling Heights now will close so that crews can get started on some major recreation projects. Today, the pedestrian bridge and volleyball courts on the park's west side will close for the season. Other areas will close on August 28th. The park will reopen next spring. The improvements include a new splash pad, ice rink, farmers market pavilion, and dog park.
Well, Grammy Award-winning singer Bruno Mars hosted an awesome concert at the Palace over the weekend, and he also said that he plans to donate $1 million towards the people of Flint.
Yeah, Bruno announced his plans to donate to Flint Saturday night during a phenomenal concert, in fact. As you know, Flint and its residents and families have been coping with a water crisis since April of 2014, so for more than 3 years now, when lead started leaking into the city's drinking water supply. Well, in response, the Community Foundation of Flint says that it is touched by Bruno's concern and generosity. We do appreciate it.
Pretty generous gift. It'll make a big difference long term. It is 5:36 here on your Monday morning, and as you're waking up to start off a new work week, are you already feeling like you're overworked? Well, there is one profession where more than 90% of the people that work in it are stressed out.
We'll tell you which one that is. Plus, The eclipse is almost here. Can you believe this? It is 1 week from today, and there's new concerns in some communities as we get closer and closer to this historic event. We'll tell you why coming up next. Keep it here.
Save on every.
Welcome back, everybody. The solar eclipse is 1 week from today, and many people are actually making a vacation out of this historic event. In fact, several warnings for roads and highways have already been posted in some communities. Local 4's Chris Clackham has more.
Madras, Oregon, and hundreds of other small towns across America have suddenly become tourist destinations for next Monday's eclipse, whether they're ready for it or not.
When you have that many people in a town of 6,500 people with two-lane highways going through it, it's just a math game that doesn't work out.
Casper, Wyoming's population of 60,000 could nearly double.
We're hoping everybody kind of takes a deep breath and understands there's going to be a lot of different people here from a lot of different areas.
Coming from those different areas mostly by car, which is why holiday-like traffic is expected all along the path, all across the country.
There will be heavy congestion on the roadway, and drivers need to make sure that they're packing their patience and prepare to sit in traffic for long periods of time.
AAA's Tamara Johnson says that's why highway safety during the eclipse is a major concern.
Make sure that if the eclipse is starting to occur and you want to watch, pull over to a safe location so you can do so.
For sure, pull off the road, but not on the shoulder.
So on that day when it starts to go dark, don't stop on the roadway. Not only is it illegal, but you can get a ticket for it.
And just like you should always do, drive defensively, just in case the other guy is committing a big no-no.
Don't wear those eclipse glasses while you're driving.
Chris Clackham, NBC News.
I didn't know we had to warn people not to do that.
It's important to...
Better safe than
this
sorry,
doesn't happen
right?
very often,
It's
so
very true.
There's no practice.
So if you want to avoid the congestion on the roads to go and see the eclipse, we kind of have the perfect solution. It might not be for everybody, but I do think it's the perfect solution.
Well, the only catch is it's almost 40,000 feet in the air. 5 flights will be in the right place at the right time for a perfect view of the eclipse. 4 of those flights are on either Delta or American Airlines or on Southwest Airlines. You get free viewing glasses while on board and a drink that Southwest is calling cosmic cocktails.
The only thing we did not include in that read is how much that flight is going to cost. And I'm going to imagine some of these airlines are smart and they know, wait a minute.
The price might be a little
Cha-ching.
hiked up a bit.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, for our preparation, what's the time, at least in the metro area?
Here in the metro area, the peak will be at 3:30 in the afternoon.
Okay.
And of course, we need to know if we're going to be able to see this eclipse.
Yes.
And so let's talk about the weather. Now, first of all, this is the path of totality, okay? This is the area where it's going to get actually dark. And it starts in western Oregon and kind of cuts the country diagonally and exits the country off the coast of South Carolina. As far as the weather, I've been watching it carefully for over a week now. The Oregon coast may have some clouds and showers, but once you start getting further inland, I think a large chunk of the central part of the country is actually going to be okay with at least partly cloudy, if not mostly sunny skies. Then it's around the South Carolina area and down into the southeast where we start increasing thunderstorm chances. So that's how it's looking. And by the way, here in the metro area, I think we are going to see this partial eclipse. I think we're going to have fine viewing weather for that. And in fact, that day is now on our future forecast. So we'll talk about that later today. Monday will show up on our future forecast. So let's talk about weather right now. If you're heading out the door, the temperatures are very comfortable. We're in the mid-60s here in the urban heat island. We're talking about Detroit over to Metro Airport to Grosse Ile. So we're basically here in the mid-60s. Then you get out away from the city, it's more like lower 60s in most areas, a couple of upper 50s. So basically, we're in pretty good shape this morning as we start out. Very mild start to the day. This developed yesterday. It was a tropical depression overnight Saturday night into Sunday morning. Then it developed into a pretty nice looking system there. It's now a tropical storm. Its name is Gert. I don't make these names up. That's actually made up by the World Meteorological Organization. It's part of the UN in Geneva. And what they do is they come up with these lists, and there's a rotating list every 7 years, so they rotate the list. So in another 7 years, we'll have another GERT somewhere out there. Anyhow, this thing is not going to hit the U.S. It's going to hit some very fierce upper-level winds that are going to recurve it right out into the Atlantic. So this is going to be a non-factor from the U.S., except that all these storms, even out at sea, they create higher surf along the eastern seaboard. So they'll see some of that, but overall, this is not much of a factor for the U.S. So for us, it's a pretty quiet start to the day. You can see we have some mid-level clouds that have been coming through overnight, some high-level clouds too, and now we have some open sky starting to come in. So we're going to get some sunshine today. In fact, plenty of it for parts of the day. Other parts of the day, a mix of clouds and sun. And if you were watching over the weekend, I was talking about this upper-level disturbance, and back over the weekend, it was a really tightly wound-up system. Now notice it's kind of getting stretched out. It's weakening as it comes our way, so its effects won't be that dramatic. So today we're just going to see sunshine with those clouds mixed in. I think by mostly this evening, there might be a stray shower to the north. There's maybe a little better chance later on tonight and into tomorrow, but overall, it should be a very pleasant, very quiet, very nice day, and we'll see that mix of clouds and sun, about 81 or so for the high. Tomorrow, it's not going to be a washed out day, but there's just a small increase in the percentages in terms of a little bit better chance for a scattered shower, scattered thunderstorm, 82 or so for the high. Notice we warm up midweek, the lows warm up as well, and that's important because, again, if you don't have air conditioning, when you have lows in the upper 60s to near 70, that's pretty uncomfortable sleeping weather. Best chance for rain, a lot of us need rain, Wednesday night into Thursday. We're going to have a pretty good chance for some showers and thunderstorms. Then that blows through Friday into Saturday, maybe a spotty shower or two, not a big deal. Temperatures cooling off to near average as we head into the weekend. And by the way, next Sunday is looking pretty good, and that weather continues into Monday, Eclipse Day. Kim?
Okay, I can't stop thinking about this eclipse flight. What if it's delayed?
Oh, good point.
Or what if you get on the plane and you're on the wrong side?
Good point. You don't want an aisle seat.
Yeah. I guess not. All right, well, I guess that's just a risk they're willing to take. Good morning, everyone. We are taking a look at a beautiful day for your commute. We can see that we've got green on our maps here as we take a look at the big picture. So let's zoom into 8 Mile, where there's going to be some construction that could slow you down if you are traveling during the evening. This is east and westbound lanes of 8 Mile from Southfield Freeway to Woodward. 2 lanes blocked there tonight, starting at 7 o'clock, wrapping up tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. This construction is a daily project that will continue for the rest of the week, wrapping up on Friday. Also some construction to watch out for on the southbound lanes of the Lodge. Right at I-75, 2 lanes blocked there, 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. And then on Grand River, expect some slowdowns over on the eastbound lanes from Losser to Burt. 1 lane blocked there. This is from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. and will continue for the rest of the week as well. So could slow you down a little bit if you do travel between those hours. We also want to let you know about your commute over on I-696. I'll tell you about that coming up at 5:54. Back to you.
All right, sounds good. We'll see you then. In the meantime, let's get you updated with some stories you may have missed over the busy weekend.
Yeah, first, nobody matched this weekend's Powerball drawing, which means the grand prize is still up for grabs.
Yes, and it's even bigger. The jackpot has now risen to an estimated $430 million. The cash option for that would be about $273 million cash.
Okay.
Not bad. So the odds of matching all 5 numbers and the Powerball, 1 in 293 million. Thus why nobody has won in months.
Yeah.
The next drawing is scheduled for Wednesday night. We'll have the winning numbers right here for you on Local 4 News at 11. So good luck. Just it's $2 for you to have a chance.
And this is when everybody starts pooling in their money and offices started doing the pools and all that stuff. So we'll see if there's a winner. Sunday on Wayne State's campus, a game of kickball helped to raise money for Metro Detroiters in need.
The event, called Pitch for Detroit, is sponsored by the Jewish Federation Next Gen Detroit, which has managed to raise an amazing $250,000 during its 7-year history of this event. On Sunday, the organization brought 9 teams to one field to compete in rounds of kickball while raising funds that will benefit the local community.
This year we're raising money for the Mac Lot by Mac Development, which is a great community organization that's building an outdoor space, a community stage, and a play area for kids, and it's going to do great things for the Lower East Side in Detroit.
Very nice. The kickball tournament raised $20,000, and if you'd still like to donate, you can donate to Pitch for Detroit. We have the link on clickondetroit.com. They do some great work.
A great cause.
And kickball, so fun,
lot of fun,
right?
Yeah, I was trying to think, when was the last time I played kickball?
Yeah, it takes you back to like elementary school.
Absolutely, a lot of fun. So dozens of classic cars from across the region rolled into the Motor City on Sunday to help preserve a Detroit landmark.
Detroit's historic Fort Wayne held its 3rd annual classic car show. The rarest of classics were on display there. The day also included an art market, food, live orchestra, plenty of fun for the kids. The cost to attend was just $5, and all the proceeds went towards a very special cause. So very nice as we take those cars from Fort Wayne and just drive them right up Woodward Avenue.
Yep, absolutely.
Get ready for the Dream Cruise this weekend.
Speaking of cruises, Americans will soon be able to cruise to Alaska while go-kart racing.
So here's how it works. It's Norwegian Cruise Lines is revealing a go-kart race course right on the top deck of its 4,000 passenger ship, the Norwegian Bliss, where passengers can compete against each other in electric go-karts.
So the cruise line already has a racing course on its Norwegian Joy vessel, but says this one will be longer. The Norwegian Bliss sets sail from Miami to Alaska in November of next year. Nope, not trying it. That looks
I know
like,
a lot of people will. There's a lot of folks that love going on cruises.
Cruises, yes, but go-karting on top of it, one little wrong turn.
I'm sure there's some very strong barriers to make sure you don't drive off.
It seems a little scary to me.
It is 5:50, and after the break, it really was a mission impossible.
Yeah, legendary actor Tom Cruise gets hurt trying a dangerous stunt on the set of his new movie. We'll explain. We'll tell you all about it coming up.
See what's happening on the next Live in the D. From fashion to food, we're celebrating Truck Week on Live in the D.
Plus, we found surprises at Eastern Market.
Today at 10 on Local 4.
Tonight
All right, it's Monday morning. Let's get you out the door and you'll have no particular problems to deal with today. We have basically dry, mild conditions right now. The average temperature is between 60 and 65 degrees. It's been a pretty good night of sleeping weather. We'll have a mix of clouds and sun through the day into the mid-70s by noon. High temperature, 80, 81 degrees or so. Very, very pleasant day. Slight chance for a scattered shower this evening up in the thumb. All right, Kim DeJulio is here, and when she smiles, that's usually good news for you. What do you have?
That's true. I smile a lot, though. All right, well, here is a look at I-696 right at Farmington. You can see it's getting busier out there, but still no backups you need to worry about. Conditions looking good for your morning drive and no accidents to report at this time.
Alrighty, Kim, thank you. It is 5:55, and a police officer in Euclid, Ohio is on paid leave after this violent arrest that was all caught on camera. The video shows an officer repeatedly punching a man on the ground. Once that video was uploaded onto the internet, it quickly went viral on social media. Police say that this all started when the man was pulled over but refused to follow orders. He was later charged with resisting arrest and driving on a suspended license. The Euclid Police Department promises a full and transparent review.
Turning now to good health, more than 80% of military health facilities are now offering alternative medicine treatments. Researchers say that acupuncture, meditation, yoga, and massages are the most commonly used practices in military hospitals. These services are used to treat chronic pain, PTSD, anxiety, and sleep problems. Healthcare workers say complementary medicine offers military patients an alternative to opioid drugs. And the majority of America's nurses are stressed out. That's according to researchers at Ball State University. The new study found 92% of nurses have moderate to very high stress levels. This stress not only affects their job performance, but it is taking a toll on their overall health. 3/4 of nurses admitted that they get too little sleep, and 70% say that they ate too much junk food.
But we do appreciate all of our nurses because they take very good care of us when we're sick.
Yeah, they certainly do.
Yeah, let's talk about Tom Cruise. He was injured in London on Sunday. He was performing a stunt on the set of a new movie, the upcoming Mission Impossible 6 film.
Well, take a look at this photo. Cruise was attempting a stunt jump from a set of scaffolding onto the roof of a building, but fell short and ended up hitting the side of the building instead.
Wow. Cruise reportedly collapsed shortly afterwards and was pulled away by an on-set safety team. The extent of Cruise's injuries are unknown this morning, but we certainly hope he's doing okay. I'm impressed as well that he performs
that he's doing his own stunts.
This movie. Yeah. We wish him well.
Yeah, we do. 5:57 is your time. Coming up all new at 6. We'll get you updated with local stories from Detroit, Green Oak Township, and Sterling Heights.
And if you're getting married or maybe having a baby, Costco is rolling out this new service to help with the major milestones.
And before you spend your money, we are putting all these products to the test. All week long, we're trying out those products you see on TV with all those claims, so you don't have to. Today, we'll see if this flex tape really holds up to its claims of stopping water from flowing anywhere. That and more when we come back in 1 minute. Stay with us.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News Today at 6 starts now.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Monday. Thank you for waking up with us. I'm Rhonda Walker.
And I'm Evrod Kasmi. We got a lot of news to get to this morning. In fact, we're following breaking news from right here at home. A woman 6 months pregnant in custody accused of attacking her mother-in-law, her own mother-in-law, with a knife. And now police have a homicide on their hands.
And he's suspected of a crime felt across the country, and he lived just 80 miles from here in Detroit. Today, the man accused of driving through a crowd of protesters in Charlottesville heads to court. What we're learning about the suspect as the country looks to heal from this unthinkable tragedy.
But first, Kim DeGiulio is following your traffic and any troubles that might pop up throughout your morning. Paul Gross is in for Brandon this morning. He's got your forecast to go. Good morning, Paul.
Good morning. Probably the best news of the day right now is the weather. We have a nice, mild, comfortable start to the day. Looking downriver, there's the Ambassador Bridge, and temperatures are very comfy. Detroit at 65 degrees, Mount Clemens at 64, 59 in Port Huron, 58 Monroe. It's been a great night, and it's going to be a pretty nice day ahead as well. We've had some mid and high level clouds kind of filtering through during the night. These darker gray areas, that's more of an open sky, so we're going to get some sunshine today, and we'll have some clouds mixed in, so take the shades when you head out later. And basically through the day, we're going to call it partly cloudy. A very pleasant day. We'll be in the mid 70s by noon. Looks like 80, 81 degrees or so for the high. Again, mix of clouds and sun. Very, very nice Monday. Now this evening, there's a small chance for a scattered shower up in the thumb. I think most of us probably won't see that, but there is a small chance. Rain chances, though, do increase during the week. I'll detail the timing on that just ahead. Right now, let's send it over to Kim. But first, let me remind you, we have 4-zone weather on clickondetroit.com. Just go to the weather page, click on the 4-zone tab. You can get specific high temperatures today for your neck of the woods. Now, let's send it over to Kim.
All right. Thank you, Paul. Good morning, everyone. Well, last week was a couple of tough days for your morning commute, so we're starting off fresh this week, and we do look good to start off this Monday. Green on our maps here. Let's take a look at what the roads look like. This is I-94 right at Southfield Freeway, right near that big tire. Traffic volume starting to build a little bit. Dry roads and conditions look absolutely fantastic, so that is a good way to start off the week. We've got construction that could slow you down if you do take US 23. I'll tell you all about that project coming up at 6:14. Evrod.
Kim, thank you. At 6:02, we want to get to breaking news that we're following from Detroit's west side. That's where a pregnant woman is accused of stabbing and killing her own mother-in-law. A 56-year-old woman was stabbed in the chest and then later died. The woman was stabbed at a home just off of 7 Mile just before midnight. Her 32-year-old daughter-in-law, who is 6 months pregnant, is in custody. Of course, as we get more information, we'll keep you updated on that. Now to the story that everyone across the country is talking about, the violence that happened over the weekend in Charlottesville, Virginia.
Yes, today, the man believed to be responsible for driving through a crowd of people, killing a young woman and injuring 19 others, heads to court. Let's get to Nick Monticelli. He's following all the developments for us from the newsroom. The suspect didn't live far away from here.
No, enough. He lived from about 10 miles south of Toledo in Maumee, Ohio. James Alex Fields Jr. Neighbors, they say, was kind of an unassuming kind of guy. But if you listen to the witnesses that were at the scene that day, they swear they could hear him accelerating into the crowd. The video, and specifically this photo, shows the chaos and devastation as a 20-year-old ran down those protesting against a white nationalist rally in Charlottesville, Virginia. And investigators say that 20-year-old behind the wheel is James Field from Maumee, Ohio, which is only about 10 miles south of Toledo.
I think everybody probably developed whiplash when they heard the name Maumee.
Fields lived at this apartment complex. Neighbors say he is reserved and kept to himself.
He was a quiet guy. He never wanted to interact with anyone. I never seen him interact with anyone.
Fields' mother also lives in Maumee. The sheriff's department there is keeping deputies in the condo complex she lives in just in case.
I feel bad for her. I know how I'd feel if it was my son or something doing something like this. So
19 people were injured in the attack on Saturday, and 32-year-old Heather Heyer was killed. Her mother, Susan Bro, says it's troubling to understand why this happened.
I'm very, very sad. But I can't be angry because angry will make me hate, and hate only leads to more hate. And there's just no point to that. Heather wouldn't have wanted that either. She would have said, well, why hate? What does that accomplish? What would that do for anybody?
So again, Fields is going to be arraigned, facing a judge and getting his charges for the first time today. Right now he is facing second-degree murder charges, but those of course could change, and don't expect to actually see him in the courtroom. This is going to be done via a video arraignment. He'll be sitting in the jail, and there's going to be kind of a webcam pointing at him with another one in the courtroom. We're live in the newsroom. Nick Monticelli, Local 4 News today.
Yeah, we'll definitely be following this story, Nick. Break down what this rally was about in the first place.
So the white supremacist group organized the rally to protest the removal of a Robert E. Lee statue. So you had that group and then an anti-white supremacy group that protesting against them, and that is the group that Fields allegedly targeted.
And now you have a woman who lost her life. Nick, thank you for the update.
And many of us this morning are still trying to wrap our thoughts around what happened and why. Overnight, a memorial in Charlottesville where many continue to pay their respects to the victims. Jay Gray is there this morning with more.
Flowers and candles.
Amen.
Prayers and tears. Many in this grieving city gathered late Sunday, pulled together by their heartache to remember the 19 injured and 32-year-old Heather Heyer killed during a horrific weekend attack. 20-year-old James Alex Fields Jr. accused of using his car as a weapon, plowing into a crowd of counter-protesters as they clashed with white nationalists and neo-Nazis marching in Charlottesville.
It barreled into the crowd, sending bodies flying.
And ripping this community apart.
I'm gonna let it shine.
But don't mistake their pain for weakness here.
What happened yesterday was the result of the Charlottesville police officers refusing to do their job.
Sunday, as alt-right leader Jason Kessler blamed authorities for the violence. He was quickly drowned out by shouts, then punched and chased before police moved in.
Had an incredible amount of nerve to come in front of the people of Charlottesville after the pain and suffering and terror that he brought on the community.
A community where nerves are still on edge as they search for healing and peace. Jay Gray, NBC News, Charlottesville, Virginia.
The Department of Justice opened a civil rights investigation into that car attack. Still, many want to see the President Trump, reject support for nationalist groups altogether. Here at home, anti-hate rallies were held in Dearborn and Ferndale. At the rally, some voiced their frustration towards President Trump.
He's not calling this what's happened. Domestic terrorism, white fascists, Nazis. This is unbelievable what we're going through. And I hope that something will change as a result of this.
I felt like we're reliving decades ago, slavery and the hatefulness, white supremacy. Just can't believe it.
And if you have missed anything from what happened over the weekend related to the violence in Virginia, we have the full story on our homepage at clickondetroit.com.
In Wisconsin now, 3 men are shot and killed during an auto racing event. Police responded to the Great Lakes Dragway Sunday after receiving reports of shots being fired there. Sadly, 2 men died at the scene. A third died on the way to the hospital. The sheriff's office says the men were shot at point-blank range. More than 5,000 people were at that raceway when this incident happened. All 3 of the victims are from Illinois. The investigation is ongoing. The chairman of the Joint Chiefs is in Asia, trying to reduce tensions over the North Korean nuclear threat. His visit comes as the head of the CIA says the Trump administration's goal is to denuclearize the Korean peninsula. Despite rising tensions, CIA Director Mike Pompeo says a confrontation with North Korea is not imminent. Those comments come as preparations are put in place in reaction to North Korea's threat to launch a missile at Guam, Japan, and South Korea.
It is 6:08 here on your Monday morning, and beware of the fakes. Coming up, Amazon has a warning for customers who bought a pair of solar eclipse glasses from the Amazon site and how the company is trying to make things right now.
We'll have details on that coming up. Plus, Try as you might, those debts just won't go away. Our business editor, Rob Maloney, explains coming up next in Money Monday. Keep it here.
Tonight
Good Monday morning. You know, we hate to start talking on a Monday morning about people who have financial troubles, but there are many out there who feel the crushing pressure of debt on them. And so they're perhaps considering maybe doing a bankruptcy or something like that. But there are some things you need to know here to be very careful and think about before you do, say, a bankruptcy. There are many non-dischargeable debts. And by that, I mean, if you file for bankruptcy, you're still on the hook to pay for this stuff. So let's go over the list of the non-dischargeable debts. Student loans. Now, it is possible to get out of a student loan payment, but it's exceptionally difficult. So for the most part, it's a non-dischargeable debt. State and local taxes, if you have big bills, you still have to pay those. If you have child or spousal support or some kind of alimony, you still have to pay that. Bankruptcy does not make that go away. If you have divorce debt, or if you have any criminal restitution, or any kind of debt that you built up as part of a criminal action, that's non-dischargeable as well. So think about that. Now, if you have a question about personal finance, anything you want to know about money, send me an email. My money page is at clickondetroit.com.
What will it take?
All right, welcome back, everybody. Is your job taking a toll? If so, apparently you're not the only one. New research from the RAND Corporation reveals American workers as a whole feel emotionally and physically taxed.
Yeah, in fact, 1 in 4 people say that they just do not have time to do their jobs, and half end up working over what should be their free time. Other major stressors include an unpredictable work schedule and facing hazardous conditions on the job. The good news, more than half of employees say that their boss is supportive and they have very good friends at work.
Yeah, I have 3 really good friends at work. We got Paul, Rhonda, and Kim. I should say 4 good friends because when you're not here, Brandon is.
Yeah. He's a good friend to everybody.
Yes.
Honestly, it is true. I mean, having true friends. I mean, our morning show family, not just us here on the set, but our entire behind the scenes family too. I mean, we get together even when we're not at work, and a lot of people don't want to see their coworkers at all when they're not working.
Right.
But it does help.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
Especially when you're getting out of bed at 2:30
in
the morning.
But it's nice. We celebrate with each other. We console each other when we're going through difficult times. So it helps if you like the people that you're working with. So try and figure that out.
You're okay too, Everett.
Stressed.
It does make us happier, though, no matter what your job is, when you have nice weather.
It really does help. It helps a lot. So let's get you going here and get you out the door on your Monday morning. Yeah, we made it through another weekend, and now we can look forward to another one. You know, I start thinking about that stuff on Sunday night. So right now, it's, I think we'll all agree, this is very comfortable to start the day. 62 in Pontiac, 64 in Mount Clemens, City of Detroit is at 63. Ann Arbor, again, is 52 at the airport, but most of Ann Arbor is actually around 60 or so. And 58 in Lapeer, 59 in Port Huron. And if you're wondering, well, 24 hours ago, well, compared to that, we are warmer than we were. So you may have noticed that crisp start we had yesterday has now become a mild start to the day. So, yeah, it is a milder beginning to our work day. And it's going to be eventually, when the sun comes up, a sunnier start to the work day as well. We have mid and high level clouds that have been coming through the area over the course of the night, and we have some open sky as well. So it's going to be a mix of clouds and sun through the day. And as we broaden the picture, you can see here's an upper level disturbance. This is not a cold front or anything like that. This is just an upper level disturbance, and that's going to make its way this way, but it's going to weaken as it gets here, so its effects will not be that dramatic. So later on today, meaning this evening, maybe a little sprinkle or shower in the thumb, maybe a little shower comes through overnight toward morning, then a break tomorrow, maybe another couple of little pop-up showers or a thunderstorm tomorrow afternoon. Not real widespread stuff, so some of us won't see any of this rain. Then this high takes control for Tuesday night into Wednesday, and then late Wednesday, this activity will start moving in, and this is a good soaking rain that we need for later Wednesday night into the day on Thursday. So the high temperature today, about 80, 81 degrees or so with that mix of clouds and sun. Really a very nice Monday for us. We're not going to complain about this one. Tomorrow, again, just a little bit better chance for a scattered shower or thunderstorm, 82 for the high. And as I mentioned, late Wednesday into Thursday, good chance for storms, mid-80s for highs. The overnight lows, though, coming up as well. And the upcoming weekend, not looking too bad, but might be a pop-up shower on Saturday. All right, here's our Hanson's weather window. We have roses in Roseville. Eric shot this. He's one of our photographers here. What a nice looking shot here to start our Monday morning. Great looking shot of the roses. Those are knockout roses, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. Kim, what you got traffic-wise?
I think you're better at knowing the flowers than Brandon is.
I have a green thumb. I do.
I think so. All right, good morning, everyone. Still looking good out there. Pretty quiet morning on the roads. No complaints over here in the traffic department. We do want to let you know about some construction. Those of you traveling downtown, 4th Street will have some construction. Going to be a little slow in that area for the week. North and southbound from 6th to 2nd Street, only one lane open between the hours of 7 a.m. and 5 p.m. This is happening all week, even on Saturday too, so just keep that in mind. Could be a little slower in that area. Also, southbound US 23 construction there between Joy Road and Warren Road, one lane block, 7 p.m. to 5 a.m. Also happening nightly throughout the week, wrapping up Saturday, 5 a.m. Southbound US 23 from 9 Mile to 8 Mile, there's construction there, has one lane blocked. That construction will wrap up today at 5 p.m. And we also want to let you know about your commute over on the Lodge, so we'll take a look at that with one of our MDOT cameras coming up at 6:24. Evrod.
Kim, thank you. It is 6:17 now. Let's get into today's consumer headlines. You can expect to pay more at the pump this week. Plus, if you're getting married, maybe you're having a baby, you can now register at Costco. Details on that coming up. But first, Amazon has issued a warning about those solar eclipse glasses that are in high demand these days. Maribel Aber joining us live now from New York. Let's start with those glasses. What's going on with them?
Hey, good morning, everyone. We got to make sure you get the right ones, right? Amazon has taken action against phony solar eclipse glasses. The company has issued refunds to customers who bought their eclipse viewing glasses from a manufacturer that may not comply with industry standards. So Amazon started notifying buyers on Saturday, telling them to not use the knockoff glasses to view the sun or the eclipse. The American Astronomical Society has posted a list of verified vendors and updated its safety advice to prevent eye damage, which could result from the sun's powerful rays. Amazon also has removed several listings for glasses on its website. Costco now offers wedding and baby registries for its members. The big box discounter has teamed up with myregistry.com to offer a universal registry for engaged couples and expecting parents. So members can register for bulk items like formula, diapers, and rash creams for baby, as well as towels, appliances, and even furniture for home. AAA Michigan reports that the statewide average daily gas price has increased about 7 cents. Michigan's current daily statewide average is about $2.49 per gallon, about 7 cents more than last week's average and about 23 cents more than the same time last year. Metro Detroit's average daily gas price increased about 3 cents. And it looks like that's about it. That's the latest in biz. Back over to you, Evrod.
All righty, Maribel, thank you. As long as it doesn't hit $3, I think we'll be okay. Maribel, thank you. It is 6:19 now, and you might remember it captured the hearts of baseball fans and cat lovers. But now this kitten is behind bars. You might remember this cat. A Major League Baseball team is looking to free it. We'll tell you why.
But first, bad news for the Lions. One of the team's defensive standouts may be done for the season.
And before we go to break, let's meet today's Facebook friend for the day. This is Lenora King. She is from Detroit, and she is a tennis coach and a director for children 5 to 10 years old of the Palmer Park Tennis Academy through the people of Palmer Park.
Well, good for you.
Say that 3 times.
That is awesome. We want to send you a gift card from Tormina's Pizza just for being our friend of the day, Lenora. So congratulations to you, and a reminder to everybody else to like the Local 4 Facebook page, click on the Friend of the Day tab, upload a picture, and tell us a little something about yourself. We'll be right back.
Alrighty, if you're just waking up, we've had a quiet night, a mild night, and it is a mild, quiet start to your Monday. We have temperatures now in the low to mid 60s, and we'll be in the mid 70s by noon. Looks like a high temperature around 80, 81 degrees, mixture of clouds and sun today, light breeze. Really a very, very nice Monday. Easy way to start the week from a weather standpoint. And look at the temperature trend. We go up, down a little bit, but average temperature right now is 82 degrees. We stay pretty close to average through the coming week. Kim?
Pretty much my perfect day. All right, well, here is a look at your commute this morning, and it's a perfect commute as well. This is the Lodge right at I-94. Still pretty quiet out there as traffic volume starts to build as we approach that 7 o'clock hour. Dry roads and no accidents to report at this time. Yay.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Kim. Meanwhile, let's turn to sports. And while we are celebrating that preseason win, the Lions kicked off. They played 24-10 with a win over the Indianapolis Colts in Indianapolis. But there are 2 takeaways from this game, and one is not a good one. Starting defensive end Kerry Hyder suffered a serious Achilles injury in this play, putting his season in jeopardy. And Lions' 3rd-round pick, rookie wide receiver Kenny Golladay, he looked awesome, very impressive. and he snagged a couple of touchdowns in this game. The Lions will now host the Jets in preseason play on Saturday. Meanwhile, in baseball, the Tigers continue to struggle, unable to save the series against the Minnesota Twins, falling 6-4 on Sunday. The Tigers rallied from 4 down to tie it up, but in the 8th inning, it was pitcher Bruce Rondon who set the Twins up for the win, walking 2 batters. So he was sent down to the minors after the game. The Tigers will be in Texas tonight to take on the Rangers for a 3-game series. Hopefully we can get some wins down there. Meanwhile, the Racers started their engines over the weekend at MIS Pure Michigan 400. The checkered flag went to a familiar name as well. Kyle Larson wins again, his 3rd straight win here in Michigan. Everett, over to you.
Big congrats to him. Time now 6:25. And coming up next at 6:30, local stories for you from Clinton Township, Mount Clemens, and Detroit. Plus HBO continuing to deal with the fallout from a cyber attack. We'll tell you all about the newest leak from hackers. That's next. But first, it might be the healthiest food eating competition you have ever seen. What is that green stuff they're chowing down? And would you do it? We'll have that and more when we come right back. This is today's top video. Ugh.
Navigate your more.
All right, welcome back, everybody. During the break, Rhonda asked me if I liked kale. The answer was a resounding no, but apparently these people do. It's today's top video, everybody. It comes from Western New York, and that's where contestants participated in what is likely the only healthy eating contest out there. Major League Eating's 2nd annual kale eating contest. That does not sound delicious.
Oh, it sounds good to me. So much better than watching people mow down hot dogs.
I don't know. This is pretty unappetizing, too.
The winning competitive eater ended up downing 22.5 bowls of kale over the course of 8 minutes, walking away with the trophy and a couple $1,000. Who says it doesn't pay to eat healthy?
I would do it for a couple $1,000. That's
all of a sudden you like kale now.
For sure, absolutely.
Oh, how quickly your mind could change in seconds. We're back in a minute, everybody. Stay with us.
Just not for fun.
What will it take? Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News Today at 6:30 starts now.
From violence and tragedy to calls for peace and action. As the man accused of driving into a crowd of protesters in Charlottesville heads to court, President Trump continues to face criticism for his reaction. We'll tell you how Washington is responding. Paul?
Our very pleasant night is turning into a very pleasant start to the day. A beautiful sunrise about to occur, and that means something really neat is about to happen on radar. In fact, it's starting to happen right now. We'll show you that just ahead.
All right, sounds good, Paul. And does it really work? All week long, we're taking those as seen on TV products and putting them to the test, like this one, the Flex Tape. You've wondered, can it really work and stop water from flowing from open holes? We'll show you the test results.
Yeah, this is really going to be an exciting week here on Local 4 because we are not just putting that product to the test, but we're putting a number of them to the test, starting with the Flex Tape. And I think the results might surprise you.
Yes, we'll take a look at that. In fact, it was our Kim DeJulio that did the testing on that. But first, we do want to get over to Paul. He's in for Brandon with look at our forecast. We're hoping for no water coming from the sky today.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see any of that today. And in fact, we've had these mid and high level clouds streaming through during the night. You can see plenty of it downtown right now. Nice shot there. Sunrise happening in just a few minutes, and temperatures right now not bad. Low to mid 60s. Metro is at 65 degrees. The cooler spots are about 59, 60 degrees or so. And now let's get to that radar picture. If you weren't watching over the weekend, right around now when sunrise is about to happen, you probably notice these little what are going to become circles right here. And what those are birds. Overnight they roost. And then right at sunrise, that's the alarm clock, they just kind of fly away in all directions from the roost. And when they get high enough, the radar can see them. So what you are seeing right here, those are birds on radar. It's right around sunrise. That's pretty cool. I thought I'd share that with you this morning since there's no rain or anything to show you on radar. So through the day, we'll have a mix of clouds and sun. We will get some sunshine, so take the shades when you head out. Temperatures in the mid 70s by noon. Looks like 80, 81 degrees or so for the high. Very pleasant day. I think you'll be pretty satisfied by the time this one is all said and done. All right, let's send it over to Kim in a moment after I tell you about the 4-zone forecast. You can always get that on clickondetroit.com. Just go to the weather page and click on the 4-zone weather tab. You can get specific high temperatures for your particular part of the metro area. Now let's send it over to Kim.
All right, well, we're still looking great out there. We were just talking about some construction right now that you're going to want to watch out for over on 8 Mile. East and westbound lanes of 8 Mile from Southfield Freeway to Woodward. That is going to have 2 lanes blocked for a nightly project starting up at 7 p.m., wrapping up in the morning at 5 a.m. Keep this in mind for the week. Could slow you down if you are traveling during the evening hours. Also, we want to take a look right now with our Sky 4 chopper. This is our 1-800-CALL-SAM chopper shot of M14 right at I-275. Traffic volumes really starting to build, but as you can see right here, this is just a perfect day for driving. No backups or accidents or anything you need to worry about. Over to you.
Alrighty, Kim, thank you. It is 6:32 now, and it's a weekend that we won't forget anytime soon. A weekend of violence in Virginia that culminated when a car drove through a crowd of anti-hate protesters, killing 1 and injuring 19 others.
And now, during a time of healing and calls for peace, many are looking to Washington to take action, specifically actions from President Donald Trump. Local 4's Nick Monticelli joins us now from the newsroom. And Nick, the president is actually being criticized for what he didn't say.
What he didn't say in his tweets, Rhonda, was a specific call out against the groups that were involved in these protests. I'm live here in the Satellite Center. We're watching feeds come in from all over the country, all over the world, in fact. But we've been watching some specific feeds from Virginia. Prayers, vigils last night and Sunday from what happened on Saturday. But the man accused of doing all this will be in court for the first time today. And by the way, he is from a town pretty close to Toledo. Last night, Amen. Prayers and tears as many gathered grieving in Charlottesville. A stark contrast to the images we saw just one day before. 19 people were injured in the attack and 32-year-old Heather Heyer was killed. Police say 20-year-old James Fields Jr. plowed into a crowd of counter-protesters as they clashed with white nationalists marching in Charlottesville.
It barreled into the crowd, sending bodies flying. He targeted this crowd very clearly. There's no question of anyone who witnessed it that his intent was to cause a mass casualty incident.
Virginia Governor Terry McAuliffe began his Sunday like so many others, searching for help and healing.
Let us use hope. Let us use today to reach out to our fellow citizens. Put your hand out to help them. Let us show these people that we are bigger than them. We are stronger than them.
And while Fields will face a judge for the first time today, the political court of public opinion opened immediately, many criticizing President Trump for not singling out extremist groups.
He missed an opportunity to be very explicit here. These groups seem to believe they have a friend in Donald Trump in the White House.
And the White House did push back, saying in a statement the president condemns all forms of violence, bigotry, and hatred. And of course, that includes white supremacists, the KKK, neo-Nazi, and all extremist groups. We're live at the Satellite Center. Nick Monticelli, Local 4 News today.
And Nick, many of us have seen the images and the pictures from Virginia when that car plowed through all those people. 19 were hurt. Do we know the extent of their injuries?
They are actually getting better, Rhonda. The last time I checked, the numbers of those either still hospitalized or still in critical condition were fluctuating. At best I can tell, there are only 5 left in critical condition. The rest of them have been upgraded or have already been released.
Well, we do wish them well in a speedy recovery. Nick, thank you for the update. Time now is 6:35, and we are also following stories from all across Metro Detroit this morning.
We are. They come to us from Sterling Heights, Clinton Township, and Green Oak Township, and that is where an 18-year-old man from Lansing drowned in a pond at the Island Lake State Park. Police say that the man, a Lansing resident, was on a raft outside the swim area when he fell into the water on Sunday night and never resurfaced. Police recovered his body around 9 p.m. on Sunday night. Family members tell police the victim did not know how to swim.
And over to Clinton Township, where the man accused of robbing an armored car driver will appear in court for an arraignment. This incident happened at a 7-Eleven store back on August 10th, one in Clinton Township on Harper. Investigators are saying that the man approached the armored car guard and robbed the man at gunpoint, believe it or not. Now, they also are saying that he stole a large sum of money, some even reporting that it's over $100,000. Police tell Local 4 that the accused robber is 29 years old from Mount Clemens.
And expect closures at Dodge Park in Sterling Heights so that crews can begin some major recreation project upgrades. It all starts today on the park's west side. The pedestrian bridge and volleyball courts will close for the rest of the season. Other areas will stay open for a final concert in the park and then close on August 28th. Now, the park is going to be reopening next spring. It'll have lots of new things for folks to enjoy, like a new splash park. Also, there's going to be an ice rink, a farmer's market pavilion, a dog park, and many other improvements. So definitely something to look forward to. Speaking of looking forward, still ahead, put to the test from promising to stop any leak to carrying some serious weight. Does flex tape really live up to its TV claims?
But first, a controversial arrest. An Ohio police officer caught on camera repeatedly punching a man on the ground. We'll tell you what led up to this confrontation and what happened to the officer. That's coming up next.
Sky 4.
Welcome back, everybody. Police in Euclid, Ohio face controversy after this violent arrest was caught on video and quickly shared on Facebook. The video you're looking at, taken on Saturday, shows an officer repeatedly punching a man while he lay on the ground. Police say that it started when the man was pulled over and refused to follow orders. He was later charged with driving with a suspended license and resisting arrest. The arresting officer is on paid leave pending a review. The Euclid Police Department also released a statement promising a full and transparent review.
Several unreleased episodes of Curb Your Enthusiasm have been leaked online by hackers. And this is after the hackers, who originally breached HBO servers weeks ago, set a ransom at $250,000 in order to stop those leaks. HBO officials say that they are not communicating with the hacker group, who has not been identified just yet. It is 6:41, everyone. This is the moment we have all been waiting for. We have seen them all the time. Products on TV, the as seen on TV products with some pretty incredible claims, right?
Yeah, this next one is pretty incredible.
Yeah.
A lot of us didn't believe it. Do they actually work? Are they really worth the money? Kim DiGiulio is here to show us the product that she tested. So
that's right. It is flex tape, and I know you've probably seen the commercials and thought to yourself, yeah, right. They claim that they can patch, bond, seal almost anything. So I bought the sticky stuff and put it to the test.
Flex tape is no ordinary tape.
In the commercial, they claim you can stop a hole in a bucket with the tape, even while the water is pouring out of the hole. Turns out that's completely true. The bucket was fixed and there wasn't even any leaky spots. What about those leaky pipes? They say flex tape can fix it. I drilled a few holes in a pipe and stuck it under the faucet. Water shot out everywhere. After applying the tape, the pipe was completely fixed. No leaks. The only problem I ran into during these two tests was that the tape was really hard to cut with a normal pair of scissors. It's really thick, and beware, it's extremely sticky. And everywhere it touches, it sticks to, like my hands.
Flex tape is super strong.
Well, how strong?
Now I have this 20-pound weight that I'm having a lot of difficulties lifting this by myself, but let's see if the flex tape can handle it.
I cut a longer piece of tape and placed it on the weight. It stuck. After a few times of lifting it, I knew that that tape wasn't coming off. I felt comfortable spinning around in circles with it. If that tape were to detach, that'd be bad news for my photographer.
This could be really bad, but I really trust this flex tape.
So there you have it. Flex tape gets a thumbs up from me. However, the commercial says you can saw your boat in half and put it back together with flex tape. No matter how much you trust this product, I wouldn't recommend that.
You wouldn't recommend it.
Yes, and later this morning I'll be trying out another flex tape product, or it's called Flex Seal actually. So join me at 7:30 on Facebook Live on the Local 4 Facebook page, and we'll see if this stuff works.
All right.
Wait, hold on,
Flex
hold
tape
on.
works.
What I got out of this is that you were having trouble lifting a 20-pound weight.
With one arm? Well, I was doing it a lot of times.
Have you not been watching Fitness Friday?
After a while, it gets a little heavy, but yeah, maybe I need to
Really? 20 pounds with one arm is a lot.
Thank you, Rhonda.
Really? Miss Guns over here?
Yeah, really.
Okay.
But
We're
seriously,
women.
guys, are we impressed with this stuff?
I'm very impressed.
I know.
I wondered if it worked. So listen, all week long we're going to be doing these product tests for As Seen on TV products. So tomorrow I'm going to test out the Copper Chef and see if it holds up to its claims. And then on Wednesday, it's that massage mat.
Looking forward to that. And then Thursday, find out how good the coffee is from the Ninja Coffee Bar, made popular by Sofia Vergara. And then on Friday, we're going to try out the pocket hose to see if that works. And trust me, we were all impressed by some of these, and we're not going to tell you whether they work or whether they don't work, but definitely, there were a lot of fun shooting. So.
Yes,
so Rhonda, you're cooking tomorrow?
I'm cooking tomorrow. Salmon, eggs, cheeses. We're going to try everything that the Copper Chef says will not stick.
So does it work?
You'll find out tomorrow morning.
Okay. Are we have a double Tasty Tuesday?
No, I've recorded it already. I will not be cooking second again. Meanwhile, let's transition here and talk about the eclipse a week from today.
I know you're excited.
I'm very excited. This is a big thing, and we're going to see now to see if anybody's going to be able to see it. Well, this is the total eclipse path across the country. Starts in Oregon, ends in South Carolina. As far as weather is concerned, I think there's going to be a large chunk of the country that will be able to see it. And you'll be able to see Kim too. And basically there could be some clouds or a couple of showers along the Oregon coast, some pop-up storms down in the southeast. But again, the central part of the country is looking pretty good, and that includes here in the metro area. But a non-meteorological phenomena that could cause a problem out west, check this out. This is the Blaine Fire in California. This is near Los Angeles. And now the fire itself is bad news, but the thing you have to keep in mind is there's a lot of smoke with these things. Smoke creates that haze and that fuzziness in the sky. That could cause some problems for people. But 850 acres have been burned by this thing. And so this is a pretty nasty situation there. Again, not far from Los Angeles there, Riverside, California. All right, we don't have to worry about anything like that. We are just worrying about how to enjoy a beautiful sunrise. Boy, it's going to be it's just going to be a beautiful day. I mean, there are some clouds, but there will be some sun as well. And we're basically in the upper 50s to low 60s across most of the area. The warmest spots near the city are in the mid 60s. Great storm pin picture. This came from West Bloomfield. He's having a good time on the water, and end of a nice summer day is what was posted on Storm Pins. Great looking shot there. Thanks. And while we're talking about animals, time to check on the birds again. So here's radar, and you can see them. You can see those circles, all these circles here that are basically, you see those right there. Those are all birds that roosted overnight, and they're now arising with sunrise and flying away. And the radar sees them. You're looking at birds right there. All right. Here's some sunshine that once the sun's up, this is some sunshine right here that will develop. This is that mid-high level cloudiness I just showed you on the sky cam. Upper level disturbance here. It's weakening as it comes our way. The impact will not be that dramatic. So get ready to enjoy a fairly nice day. It's going to be kind of like yesterday in that we'll have clouds and sun, and we'll have very pleasant temperatures. A small chance for a stray shower, particularly in the thumb, this evening, but I don't think this is going to wash out any plans. So right now, plan on a pretty nice day with highs around 80, 81 degrees. And then for tomorrow, just a slightly better chance for a scattered shower or thunderstorm, 82 for the high. Late Wednesday, we're talking really Wednesday night into Thursday, good chance for showers and storms. I think the bulk of the day Wednesday will be dry. And then beyond that, maybe a spotty shower Friday into Saturday, but I think, again, we're not going to wash out any of those days. And next Sunday is looking pretty good. And as I mentioned, Kim, Eclipse Monday. The weather looks good here in Detroit to see that thing.
The day you've been waiting for, Paul. We're all waiting for it. It's going to be awesome. All right, well, we have one problem we want to get to right now. As you're headed out the door over to I-96, we've got a problem on the eastbound side. We've got our 1-800 call Sam 1-800 call Sam Chapter over this. You can see that this was a car fire. We're talking about eastbound I-96 right at Wixom. That is where they are currently getting that fire out, but only one lane able to get by at this time, so it's pretty slow in that area. So if you do travel over on I-96, expect some delays this morning. Over to you.
All right, thank you, Kim. So here is a bizarre mystery. Millions of pickle-looking sea creatures have washed ashore on the West Coast, and researchers are now scrambling to figure out what they are and what's really going on here.
I am so confused by this story, but take a look at your screen. The creatures look like translucent pickles, but each one is made up of hundreds of individual organisms. Scientists believe the warmer ocean temperatures of recent years might have brought these organisms here. This is like making me itch, isn't it? Like, ugh. Researchers are going to continue to find, capture, and study these mysterious creatures to uncover why they're here.
And how they formed and what they are.
They
do look just like pickles, though. That's the crazy part.
Moving on now, let's talk about this stray cat. We showed you the video a little while ago. It had quite the adventure in St. Louis on Wednesday. It had gotten loose in the outfield of a Cardinals game. Eventually, the groundskeeper came out, and when when he captured that cat, the cat nipped at him, scratched at him, bit him a little bit. Thankfully, he was. Can we just show this video again?
Yes, we'll relive it for you here. Rally Cat, the name that the cat was given, instantly became a hit on social media, and the adventure continued when the cat disappeared in the arms of a fan who claimed that it was actually her cat.
Okay, watch. Wait for it.
Everything seems like it's going just fine. Ouch. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Did you see him look like he was about to give it a little punch?
I thought he was, never mind, I'm not going to say what I thought. But ever since, the Rally Cat became a member of Cardinal Nation forever. The Cardinals plan to honor the cat on September 10th with Rally Cat Appreciation Day.
Hope they find it.
I certainly hope they find it.
They did find it.
Yes, they did find it, so now they're going to honor the cat.
There you go.
I hope nobody holds it. It is 6:50, everybody. Still to come, we're talking the cost of wedding bells. As the bill gets bigger and bigger and bigger, see who's footing it.
Plus, today's stories to watch for after the break as well. Don't go away.
During Wall Street.
We're following breaking news for you this morning from Detroit's West Side, where a pregnant woman is accused of stabbing and killing her mother-in-law. This all happened at a home off of 7 Mile just before midnight. The woman's 32-year-old daughter-in-law is 6 months pregnant. Now she is in custody.
A man accused of driving his car into a crowd of protesters, killing a woman and injuring 19 others is due in court today. James Fields faces second-degree murder and other charges after police say that he drove his car into the crowd. And this is down in Charlottesville, Virginia on Saturday.
In Wisconsin, 3 men are shot and killed during an auto racing event. Police responded to the Great Lakes Dragway on Sunday after receiving reports of shots being fired. 2 men died at the scene. A third died on the way to the hospital. The men, we're told, were shot at point-blank range.
The driver who was under the influence when he hit and killed a police officer is being sentenced today. 54-year-old Stephen Guzina was high on crack cocaine when his Dodge Challenger hit and killed Detroit police officer Myron Jarrett. He will be sentenced today at 9 o'clock this morning.
President Trump is expected to crack down on trade with China today. The president set to sign an executive order requesting an investigation into the country's trade practices. In particular, Chinese rules forcing American companies to share their intellectual property if they want to do business. The pending announcement comes during heightened tension between the two nations. Paul?
Very pleasant Monday on tap. We're going to have a mixture of clouds and sun today, and by 8 o'clock we'll be in the low to mid 60s, mid 70s by noon. High temperature about 80, 81 degrees or so. Early evening temps in the 70s, so just a beautiful, beautiful day ahead. And as we move through the week, a slightly better chance for a storm each day. There's maybe a better chance in terms of a scattered shower or pop-up tomorrow. Most of Wednesday dry, but then late Wednesday, especially Wednesday night into Thursday, good chance for showers and storms, and then maybe a spotty shower Friday into Saturday. And while we're at it, might as well take one more look and check on the birds. Yep, those rings that you see there, a lot of that green there is birds that roosted overnight, and now with sunrise having occurred, they fly away. We're seeing the birds on radar. Kim?
All right, well, we do have a car fire that's causing some problems over on eastbound I-96 right at Wixom Road. Only the left lane open there, pretty slow in that area. And then just past that, eastbound I-696, just past I-275, we've got a new accident blocking your left shoulder.
And today's talker, splurging on weddings is not just the happy couple's job. A new report from WeddingWire.com says the parents are, of course, contributing more than half of the wedding budget.
The report says parents of the bride and groom on average chip in $19,000 for the big day, about 2/3 of the total cost. An average of $12,000 came from the bride's parents, and about $7,000 came from the groom's parents.
The website polled 506 parents, each of whom has a recently married child. But after spending almost 20 grand on the wedding, they might wish their kid was still single.
I mean, that's good to know. At least parents are, you know, still chipping in on their kid's wedding and not making the bride and groom pay for all of it.
And it's a little more balanced, because before it was just like the parents of the bride pay for everything except the rehearsal dinner. So it seems like things have started to change a little bit.
If you had like 4 girls, you're out of luck.
Oh, yeah.
I do have a friend who has 4 girls, and he's like, oh boy.
That's a
Aren't you
lot.
glad you got sons?
I am. Have a great day, everybody.
The Today Show is next.